And after you do that, then you have to let it sit and wait until it becomes hard in the form. And then when you do that, it's all ready to go. You just twist it and pop it out. Like so. Like that. Now, you might need to, there might be a little bit of roughness around the edges, so you may want to just gently file those. And take off any little rough edges. So, there it is, and now, all you would do, you would make up however many of these that you need. Pull out a bit. And now, trying it on the finger. Yeah. You can see that it's pretty much a match. Okay, I'm going to get some glue and we'll glue this on. Okay, so here's our nail. And it's all done. Let me see if I can zoom in a bit. There. Okay. And that looks pretty nice. But what I did here, if you'll notice, I took the little nail tips that I had glued on here. I took them off because when I went to apply our nail tip that we made, it made it stick out there like that. Well, that just doesn't do this justice. So I took it off. But now what you would do, of course, is you would go ahead and you would glue this onto your nail. And the thing about doing it this way is I have found when you put your glue on there and then you put it on your nail, it just sucks right down. And I have found that these nail tips last and last and last just using glue. There are times when I have to remove them. They're not falling off. I have to remove them. And so that's a bonus. And so what I will do now, because I don't want my nail glue to damage my little practice finger here, I'm going to put this nail on using my beat up old hot glue gun. Now, of course, you wouldn't do this. You would never, never, never do this, or you would burn yourself good. But because I can do this, I'm just going to glue that on there for you to see. Okay, now, and of course, let's see. And then, of course, once you have it on the nail, you can further file it, shape it. And the nice thing about them coming out of these forms, too, is, can you see that gloss? You don't need to file the whole thing. It's beautifully soft, shiny. You don't need to buff and file down the tip. It's just, it's shiny and glossy. It's very, very nice. So you would make yourself up however many of these sets you want, and then they're ready to go. And so I'll just show you another one here. This is a tip that I made with the pink base, but a clear acrylic tip. is another one. I made it all pink. It's just all pink. So what I'll do is, once again, to show you, I'll just put a little bit of glue on there. And I'll glue it on for you to see. And once again, it's shiny, it's smooth, it's very nice. And there's one thing else I want you to see too, is I did this one, and I did it in natural colored acrylic. Only I put a very, very, very thin layer in there. I didn't build it up. It's a very thin layer. Let's see if it'll come out. When it's this thin, sometimes you have to encourage it to come out. Now, the reason why I made it this thin is because what you can do now, of course, it's very thin, and all it does, I don't know if you can see how flexible it is. How flexible it is. Okay, it's very thin, and you would want it that thin if you only wanted it as, let's say it's a canvas. You want to build on that, freeform. What you would do is you would take that out. Now you can leave it for a few minutes and it will firm up a little bit, but remember, it is very, very thin, and you would only be using this as an open canvas. So what I would do then, I would do the same thing with my glue. I would glue that to my nail. Okay. Now it's still soft enough because it is so thin. I can shape it very, very thin. I don't know if you can see how thin that actually is. It's very thin. And all you would do then is now you have the option of going ahead. It's a canvas. If you have, say, very short and you want them longer, but you don't want to use the dual forms the way I just showed you. Now you can decorate